What's up everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be taking a look at the team of Shadow Walrein, Swampert and Talonflame. So this is a decent team for the Ultra League as it can help you gain some elos. Walrein is a Giratina counter because Swampert and Talonflame are a bit weak to it. Swampert and Talon can win those matchups, but I have to invest skills, so that is the difference. And Swampert is neutral to fighters, and Talonflame is a fighting counter. So this team is looking balanced. So let's get into the battles. Here we have Tapu Fini versus Walrein, which is a good lead for my Walrein, as I don't want to see this Tapu Fini on my Swampert or my Talonflame. And I can get to these earthquakes before Tapu Fini can get to its Moonblast. So Tapu Fini decided to no shield this. So this is looking a decent matchup for me, as I will shield this Moonblast. And now this matchup is looking really good for me, as I can get some extra energy on my Walrein and can throw this Icicle Spear to KO this Tapu Fini, as this Tapu Fini is now in an Icicle Spear range. So opponent decided to come in with his Mewtwo, and I'll just Icicle Spear spam here because Earthquake is not Earthquake does not do stab damage, meaning that same type attack bonus. So I will be throwing Icicle Spears here because it will do more raw damage than Earthquake. I'll throw another Icicle Spear and I'll keep spamming Icicle Spears because Mewtwo is too bulky, so it will survive some Icicle Spears. Here I'll no shield this move, but opponent decided to undercharge it, so I panicked and switched into my Talon. So I'll throw Flame Charge here because I just wanted to give this Walrein some chip damage, or I was here. The only my only focus is to get Walrein's opponent's last shield. Then my Swampert can clean up this matchup, but Walrein decided to no shield both of the moves. I'll no shield this move as well, as I know that I can mud shot down that Walrein, but Icicle Spear did not did enough damage to KO my Talonflame, so Mewtwo got some extra energy. So I caught this move on this Walrein. It was just it was not calculated. It was just based on feeling that catch, and I can shield this move here, and I can throw two Hydro Cannons to KO this Mewtwo. So GG's to the opponent, and I'll get to next battle after these two Hydro Cannons KO these. And this Mewtwo opponent knew that at that point the game was already over, so he decided to no shield that Hydro Cannon. So here we have Walrein versus Trevenant. So this is a good matchup for my Walrein, but it is tough to it is very easy for Trevenant to catch my Icicle Spear because I am against CMP tie, because Trevenant has more attack than Walrein, so it wins CMP tie. And also if I does not throw this Icicle Spear here, then if I would have gone for another more Powder Snow, then it would have gotten to another Bullet Seed. It would have thrown Seed Bomb before me. So throwing Icicle Spears on Trevenant with my Walrein is tough for me. So here opponent decided to switch into Cresselia farm. I got another Icicle Spear loaded on my Walrein and decided to switch into Talonflame. I expected the Moonblast and Grass Knot Cresselia. I'm expecting that Cresselia here, which is looking good for my Talonflame, as Future Sight would have really threatened shields from my Talonflame. So the matchup is looking quite good here, as I can get to a flame charge against that Trevenant, but opponent decided to come in with a Swampert. I caught this Hydro Cannon here on my Walrein because I knew that both Swampert and Trevenant are weak to my Walrein, so I can catch this, and Walrein will not be hard countered here. I'll throw these Icicle Spears. Next Icicle Spear will almost KO this Swampert. I decided to shield my low health Walrein because I know that this Icicle Spear damage is going to do a lot of things for me, as even if opponent decided to catch this move on his Trevenant, this move will do a lot of damage. I'll throw another Icicle Spell, and I think this will get Trevenant's opponent's final shield because Trevenant was the only healthy Pokemon he had. So I tried to throw Flame Charge here. I did not wanted Trevenant to farm my Walrein, and I soaked energy on my Talonflame. I know Ultra League is pretty. Pokemons are pretty bulky in Ultra League, so I will be able to survive this Seed Bomb. I did extra Mud Shots to get enough energy so that I can get to this Hydro Cannon before Swampert can get to his before opponent can get to his move, and this Hydro Cannon will KO this Swampert, and I won the match. So let's get into the next battle. GG's to the opponents. Next battle where we have Walrein versus Talonflame. So this is a good matchup for me, as Walrein generally wins this matchup. I can throw Icicle Spear after throwing 7 Powder Snows. I'll throw this Icicle Spear here. Talonflame will not shield this move because it is doing neutral damage, and I'm shielding this move here because this is just a safe bet because I don't want to caught off guard with a Brave Bird on my Walrein. Then that matchup would this matchup would have become really scary for me, as opponent's second Pokemon is Walrein, and my backline, as you can see, is neutral against Walrein, but Walrein generally wins against both Swampert and Talonflame. Opponent decided to throw Earthquake there, so I knew that I am ahead on energy against this Walrein. I tried to catch a Earthquake on my Walrein, but that was a bad call on my end, as I have to soak up this Powder Snow damage, and I think my Talonflame will go down in this matchup. So this was a bad choice by me because my Talonflame would have. I did not have to do that. So, anyways, matchup is looking decent here as well, as I can throw these 2 Icicle Spears. I think Talonflame is not at a move, so I can throw this another Icicle Spear to KO this Talonflame, and let's see what is opponent's last Pokemon. Opponent's last Pokemon is Swampert. I'll throw this Icicle Spear here, and you'll see that Swampert will not try to farm more energy here, as I just threw this Icicle Spear, so I am energy dry. So I got this Hydro Cannon on my Swampert, and this is looking a good game for opponent because that I would have gotten to my Icicle Spear before Swampert can get to its Hydro Cannon, and Swampert was a really wall against opponent Swampert. So GG's to the opponent. Next battle where we have Sylveon. So you will be thinking how this Sylveon came into this team. So I switched this team a bit with Sylveon. I just switched Walrein with Sylveon because of this Pokemon right there, which is Crafty. That is a bad matchup for me, as if I switch into my Swampert, then it can farm down my Swampert with using both shields, as opponent did a lot, so I switched this team a bit. You can still use Walrein team. It is good as well, but I just decided to try my Sylveon in Ultra League. This is the first time I'm trying my Sylveon. It also has only one move because 75k dust is a lot of dust to use on Sylveon. So I decided to know not. I decided not to unlock secondary charge move because there are a lot of Great League in this season. There were a lot of Great League times than Ultra League, so that Stardust wouldn't have had not a good purpose. So here I was able to flip switch with my Talonflame. That's why I was able to successfully align my Swampert with Nidoqueen. And opponent's last Pokemon is Ninetales, so I don't have any problems in this matchup. I can safely let my Sylveon go down with this Ninetales, two Charming, both out KOing themselves with Charm, but opponent lagged, which is not good for me. As Nidoqueen get energy from my Sylveon, which is not good. I'll not shield here because I will save this shield for my Swampert, as my Swampert is now in an Earth power range, so I have to save my shield. I'm very close to two Hydro Cannons, as this Snug got me two Hydro Cannons, so I'll throw these two Hydro Cannons right away. I saw the Poison Jab coming through, so I know that if Nidoqueen decides to CMP tie here, so I will win CMP tie. So this matchup is already over, as this Hydro Cannon will KO this Nidoqueen and win the match for me. So GG's to the opponent. Let's get into the next battle where we have Sylveon against Ninetales. So this is a neutral matchup, as both charms will cancel themselves out. I have no problem with that. And opponent decided to switch into Politoed. I took a lot of time in switching, so I have to soak up this Weather Wall, and now I will switch into my Swampert. This Politoed is looking tough for my team, as this Weather Wall Politoed can really hurt my Talonflame, and Weather Walls are doing neutral damage on my Swampert because of Swampert's ground typing, and these Hydro Cannons are going to be resisted by Politoed. I gained energy up to an Earthquake and throwed Hydro Cannon, expecting that Politoed will shield, and that was the win con as well for me. And I'll throw this Earthquake here, expecting that Politoed will not shield, will not use his last shield, and this is looking good for me now, as I can safely let go of my Swampert and can farm down this Ninetales with my Talonflame. Opponent has another water type in the form of Swampert. I'll throw this Brave here. There is no way that Swampert can get to 3 Hydro Cannons before my Talonflame can get to 2 Incinerates. After 2 Brave Birds, after getting that 1 Incinerate head start on Alolan Ninetales, so I'll get to it in time. Otherwise, Swampert would have gotten to 3 Hydro Cannons before my Talonflame would have gotten to 2 Brave Birds. So decent counting on my part. I'll throw this Brave Bird and I'll switch immediately into my Sylveon because I wanted to clear the debuff, and I knew that Ninetales might have a move ready. I was counting and it had a move ready, and Ninetales decided to throw it right away, as I was able to catch it and win the game. So GG's to the opponent. This was the final battle of the video. Ultra League is decent, but I don't have much Ultra League experience, so I try to avoid it as much as I can. I like Ultra League Premier and Ultra League Premier Classic because I have some mons for it, but I don't have much mons for Ultra League, and that's why I try to avoid it. So thanks everyone for watching, as Great League is coming back, so I'll be trying Great League, and I'll not try Flying Cup because I don't have Buzzwole, Sneasel, so Fighting Cup will be tough for me, so that's why I'll try to hit Legend with Great League. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.